Hey, today we're going to go over our dog pressures. We struggle with this a little bit, so let's figure it out. Okay. So remember, we get a Rip Liz call. Okay. And, um, and our dog pressures are we're sending five and we're slanting the line away from the blitz. Okay. And then we have three deep, three under. Okay. So let's talk about it. So in 2x2 star dog, we're going to be in Liz here. All right. Um, you can see that the line is sliding away from the pressure, right? And then the star is just going to blitz this C gap. Okay. Main thing here is we talked about this 2 tech. If the center turns to block you, you have to cross his face. Okay. But if this center turns to block the nose, then you're just going to get to this position. Okay. Another key thing here is this end. You might want to line up like way further out because you have to set a hard edge. Okay. Nothing can get outside of you. Okay. So we're going to get deep third. Okay. Again, this is cover three, right? This is cover three. So the corners are reading 2-1. The boundary safety is reading 2-2. Okay. This field safety is going to move up into this vacated star position, and we're gonna be skiff players. Okay. The key here is the field safety. You've got to be up in a linebacker position. Okay, skiff just means seam curl flat. Okay. So if this and you're reading the number two. So if the number two goes out, you have to match that immediately and forever. So if we get like some sort of wheel route here, okay, whip, you're going for a ride. Okay, you got to go take them. You're man to man. Okay, what we often see here is this. Right, we're gonna get a. Hopefully that's okay. Yep, we're gonna get a wheel post. Okay, this corner, remember, is reading 2-1. So when he reads two is out, okay, or non-vertical, he is now locked on the one. So he's going to run with this post. This field safety, you have to run with this wheel forever. Okay. All right. So let's say that we get, let's go to the boundary. Let's say that we get vertical. Okay. Okay. Anything past linebacker depth. Okay. We're going to come, we're going to reroute. Okay. You're going to get your eyes to one. Okay. And we're just going to try and be under one. So if one is, let me read it. Let me erase this. Okay. Okay. So let's say we're running, they're running a vertical here. Okay. And then this one is running some sort of a dig route. Okay. So we're going to hopefully come get a reroute here, get our eyes to one. We're going to sink under this route until this Z comes in. And then we're just going to sit in this window right here. Okay. If this guy goes under, okay, we're going to give an in and in call to the mic, and then we're going to get under this one route wherever it is. Okay. We just want to put ourselves between this route and the quarterback. Okay. The mic, you're relating to number three in the hole. Okay. So kind of a similar thing. You have to recognize the routes. Okay. So let's say we get a number one here. We get a curl here, and the back is going out here. Okay. So how would we do this? Well, because this route is vertical, the corner would initially start to divide. The skiff player, okay, would end up somewhere right here. Okay, so you would be working over this A. If they throw it to the A, then you and the field safety are going to vice the A. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, so you're always working to number three in the hole. So let's say that we get some sort of in route here. Okay. Um, let's say we're going to get smashed on the backside. All right. So we're going to get deep third here. Okay. Uh, this skiff, he's initially going to come reroute and then he's going to come sit probably somewhere right in here. And you're just going to carry this Y route all the way through. Okay. That's the number 3 because we have 1, 2, and now if you look to this side, there's a third. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's Star Dog. Remember in Star Dog trips, uh, the um, the star and the mic switch. Remember the field safety. You are now going to be the hole player, and we're the boundary safety. You're still coming over into the deep third. Okay. It's really important that this field safety steps up into the linebacker depth. Okay. Um, yeah, if we're in Star Dog trips week, okay, the number one thing is this whiff or this whip. Remember, this A can now threaten the flat. So you just have to be aware of that. And because you're the seam curl flat player, because remember, this boundary safety is bailing, this corner is bailing. You have to protect this area out here. Okay. So when it's trips weak, you have to be aware of that out there. Okay. Remember, we're going to be here. We're going to be stepping up into the hole, and this is our skiff player. Okay. All right. Whip dog. Whip dog is where the whip is blitzing. Okay. So the line, if we're in Liz, 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 okay, then we're going to the left. All right. Everything else is the same. Okay. In whip dog, if we're trips, anytime we're in trips, the whip is going to come and still blitz off the edge. Okay. Remember, boundary safety, you have to get all the way into linebacker depth in front of this A gap. So you got to start moving down like pretty quickly. Okay. Um, Here, let me just pull this. Now, boundary safety, when it's trips weak, remember you're responsible for this area right here. Okay. So you don't necessarily want to get all the way into this A gap. You can just come here into this space in case the A works out. Okay. So it doesn't, you can play around with it in practice and games of where you want to end up. Okay. So remember, you're in the run fit. Okay. But also, if that A leaks out, then you're responsible for that as the skiff player. Okay. Super dog from a 2x2 split. It's the same thing as the whip, except now the boundary safety is going. Okay. So, everything stays the same. Okay. Remember, we still have push alerts, even in cover 3. Okay. So if we get fast out, okay, the mic, you got to go. And then the whip, you have to push into the hole. Okay. Because you don't have any threats to this side. The only person out here is this Z, and he's being covered by our corner. Okay. All right. Chop dog is the same as whip and super, except it's the corner going. So we have deep third here, and deep third here. Okay. All right. Trip strong, same thing. Okay. Remember, we can still have push alerts and trip strong. Okay. So remember, in our dog pressures, okay, the line, this is super important. If it's star dog, you're going away from the pressure. Okay. If it is whip, super, or chop dog, okay, you're still going away from the pressure, but you're going towards the strength. Okay. And it's totally okay to just look to the guy next to you and say, slant left, slant left. I don't care if these guys know what we're doing. Okay. Key thing here with deep third is we're reading 2 to 1. Whoever is the deep center third, you're reading 2 to 2. The skiff players, you match 2 out immediately and forever. If they go vertical, okay, you are going to reroute, get a strong reroute, um, and then get your eyes to one, figure out, try to stay under one, and then get your eyes to the quarterback. Okay. The mic, you are always relating to the number three. As we talked about, it's usually going to be on the side where the running back is. Okay. So if we have like some sort of something like this, a wheel post with an out. So this guy's going to be in deep third anyways. Actually, I hope you like, hopefully back here. Okay, remember this corner is going to get a read on the number two that he's out. So he's going to take this forever, right? Or he's just going to lock on to the number one. The skiff matches out and forever. And then that leaves you to step in to cover the back because the back's number three. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps everyone in dog.